Just riding, basically. I'm a first-time rider, so it was a good introduction to just handling the bike and driving in general. Learned a lot over the course of 2 days. I feel actually semi-comfortable on the machine, so it was a worthwhile course, in my opinion.
We went over going uphill, downhill, side slope, going over obstacles. Accelerating, decelerating, how to stop on a hill, continue on, tactically, K-turns.
Well, I was, for a non-rider like myself, everything was exactly what I needed. Everything started from the first day out here in the parking lot. After the first hour, we were ready to ride. So the series of progressive techniques were just perfect for somebody like myself. There were quite a few more just like me, so we had a good time.
Some of the skills that were taught in the course were basic motorcycle operations, being able to ride off-road in uneven terrain, such as deep sand, being able to ascend and descend hills, being able to start, stop, turn around on a hill, doing pivot turns, and riding over obstacles.
On duty, yeah, because I mean we're going to be using them downrange, and to go over there with a piece of equipment that you don't know how to use is just pointless.
For sure, without a doubt.
Sure, I mean it just adds another tool, to our toolbox, so to speak. A different type of conveyance, which may be the only means of conveyance wherever we end up. So it's definitely a good feather in the cap to have.
Absolutely. If we use dirt bikes on patrol, all these skills are going to be essential to navigate the terrain successfully and complete the mission.
Every single skill that we address during this basic level training will apply downrange. Whether it's knowing how to sit properly on the motorcycle when riding off-road in a more resting position for a longer patrol, or whether it's standing because they need to get off of the beaten path or rougher terrain, sand, gravel, all of these things are going to be addressed at some point. They're going to have to deal with these. Again, this is a basic level. We didn't cover everything or every situation that they might have to encounter, but everything that we covered will be utilized by these soldiers, guaranteed.
No, I would definitely say at least a week, at least a full 5 days.
I think a little bit more drive time would be good. Maybe another day or two.
We could use a little bit more, to be honest with you. 2 days, I'm getting the basics down. As the instructor said, there's more of the basics that aren't covered because of the time constraints. But happy to have 2 days if possible. More time would be useful.
For the 2 days that we had, yeah, I feel like they did a good job of compiling what they could in that amount of time. Would like to get a little more in, but this is what we're funded for, so it worked out.
It'd be nice to have more, because I think there's a lot more that you guys can teach us as far as some of the more advanced techniques, and like actually applying it, like using it practically, I guess.
Okay.
And actually the maintenance stuff too. We don't really know how to maintain these things.
In a nutshell, no. Riding a motorcycle is a complicated skill set. Similar to close quarters battle, you don't just learn how to do it and then go perform it. You practice it over and over and over. You learn all aspects of it. What we did in our short period that we had, the 2 days that we had, was teach them how to ride a motorcycle in some sand. So no, they could use a lot more. Same thing with annual proficiency, weapons qualification. You do it all the time. It's not something you learn how to do once and never do it again.
We feel that there was enough time to cover the training that we were asked to do, and they were able to develop some of the technical skills that are necessary for riding a motorcycle off-road. However, we feel that there was much more training that needs to be done.
The objective for this particular training op was basic operation of a motorcycle in an off-road environment. These were non-riders, and the idea was to give them an introduction to riding off-road. That we accomplished. However, if they want to use these in a tactical or mission environment, then they'll require more training and more time on a motorcycle. They'll need additional skill sets like how to post-ride and pre-ride their bikes or pre-mission checks. They'll also need to know how to work on their bikes and fix them in the field if something happens. And they'll certainly need more time to gain proficiency. Riding a motorcycle is a complicated skill set and not only requires a lot of time and dedication to master it on the front side, but also requires annual refreshers of training and opportunities to continue to polish that skill set.